you one thing, if a little green man pops out of me, I'm shooting first and asking questions later.
You are on the verge of destroying the entire universe.
Welcome to the Strange Podcast with Sam and Logan.
If you enjoy the show, please go to iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, or wherever you're listening, and please give us a good rating. If you want to share a story or have ideas for a future episode, you're welcome to visit us at www.thestrangepodcast.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Welcome to The Strange Podcast. This is episode 40, and I'm Logan Marks.
And I'm Sam Baxter. Today is July 26, 2018. 40, man.
Oh, man.
40.
Oh, 40 episodes.
Fuck. I didn't think we'd see 5. Fucking at 40 now? Shit. Where's the time gone, man?
4-0.
I know, we're getting old.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's almost been, what is it? It's almost been a year.
Holy shit.
A year of episodes.
That's has it almost been a year?
Yeah, because we started last October.
Oh, shit.
So, yeah, so we're coming up on a year.
Yeah, well, we're getting there, you know. That's crazy. I never, that's really... well, when we get to a year, then we'll fucking pat ourselves on the back. Until then, we'll just keep working, folks.
I didn't think we'd make it this far.
I know.
To tell you the truth, I thought maybe we'd do maybe a month, and then be like, oh, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah,
it is kind of time consuming. Yeah,
yeah, it is tough. It's not easy. I do have respect for a lot of people who do it. It's not an easy job. Sometimes it seems like it should be, and then sometimes it's like, fuck, this is tough. But
yeah, it's fun. It's just there's a lot of time goes into it.
There is
researching stories and having to set up schedules to
do this,
to actually do the podcast, and then editing.
And there's a lot of things that get in the way. Sometimes we have to deal with things with our work, our real lives and stuff, and we have to change the days. And we have to. A good thing we can do that.
So if any of our listeners could send us maybe $100, $200, $300 a week,
yeah, I know.
So we don't have to work. We just focus on this.
I know. We just say your name. Hey,
yeah. That would be much appreciated.
I know. Trent Steele sent us a check for $200.
Money well spent. Trent.
I know. Thanks, Trent. Yeah. Hercules Rockefeller sent us a check for $20.
Hercules Rockefeller.
I'd be most thankful. I would not be mad. So I gotta say, I found another channel, another show that shows a lot of shows that I like. Have you heard of Shudder? That app.
Shudder?
Yeah. So they have a lot of horror stuff, a lot of good things like that. So do you remember the movies of Phantasm?
Mm-mm.
You never saw Phantasm? You don't remember the old man? He was known as the tall man. And he was bald, but he had hair on the side, and he'd always say "boy." And he had those little those spheres that chased after people, and they would basically impale them and kill them.
This sounds like something you made up.
I know. If I did, I'd be rich.
I do remember the name Phantasm, but I don't think I ever saw it.
Yeah, I remember those movies. They were really good. So the cool thing about it is, if you're a fan, the first movie came out in 1978. And it was pretty cool. It was new. It was first thing of its time. It was just pretty awesome. And then they didn't really give you any answers to what it was. You just knew that this guy was a fucking killer with his crazy machines. And then the next one came out in 87. It was 10 years later or something. And it was and it continued right from part 1. At the end of part 1 happened. It's at the beginning of part 2, and it's oh shit, that's kind of crazy, It just kept doing that. Part 3, same thing, came out in 94, but that was the last one that came out. And so finally they made. Oh no, I'm sorry. And then they did part 4, which is 4 years later, and we were just stuck on that. And there was no ending. It would explain a few things about the tall man, what he was trying to do and stuff. Well, so then they finally came out with the part 5 it actually came out last year. It was released, and it was on there, and I got to watch it, and I'm sure you can see it in other places, but I got to see it in there, and I was kind of let down, man. It was the final one.
All this build up, I was like, oh,
yeah,
man,
I know. I was
going
to give you a good ending, and nope, I can't. I can't give you a fucking good ending.
And I was filled with disappointment.
It was, man. And the first 4 were really good, and they were directed by the same guy that I think his name's Don Coscarelli. If hopefully I'm not butchering his name. He did all first four, the real good ones, and then the fifth one was done by somebody else, but he just executive produced. And it's just like, man, like I want.
Why was it so different or worse from the other one?
It was weird because it was almost like a lot of it was like in his mind, like all of it was like he was just dreaming it up, but yet it was coming out as being true. And then when we did wake up, he had allegedly, the main character, he had been in a coma for the last 10 years, and the tall man, he was just at the old movies, he was just taking towns, like he would go to a town and wipe everybody out, then go to another town and wipe them out, and they were basically like ghost towns. They used to be just full-fledged towns, and then they turned into ghost towns after he was done with them, and he was converting like the people, some of them to his like minions. They were working for him, and the rest he was just like basically like kind of eating them, if you will. And so when he wakes up, this is now 2016. The first one's in 1978. So, 35 plus years more later, I guess he's basically took over most of the world. Like the governments have collapsed. He's just fucking ravaged everything, and he talks about having a plan. And like I said, if you watch these movies, they're really good. Don't get me wrong. I mean, the stories are pretty good. For not being a really high budget movie, they're pretty good, except for the last one. I was like, I wanted more. Maybe I shouldn't even be talking about this because I'm getting pissed thinking about it. God damn it! I wanted.
It's like don't let anybody watch.
Yeah,
these movies,
fuck these movies.
Once you start, it's not gonna finish well, and you're just gonna be disappointed.
I don't know, but I could be wrong, right? I mean, some people might really like them. I was reading on some boards. I usually don't read anything before because I don't want to be tainted by anybody's thoughts or their hate or their love. So I watched it, and then I was after. Some people were complaining, same as me, and some liked. There's a lot of fanboys out there who will not find anything wrong with anything, right? Anything they like.
Yeah.
So you gotta take it with a grain of salt. But basically, my segue was that Mission Impossible is coming out tomorrow. That's it.
That was all.
All of that for Mission Impossible. Tom Cruise joined Scientology. Amen. Hallelujah. Happy New Year.
And Phantasm 5 was the worst movie ever made.
I know. Yep, that was all building up for Mission Impossible Fallout.
Are they making another Mission Impossible?
Yeah, there is. It's coming out tomorrow. It is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's coming out.
I always liked all the Mission Impossibles. They're not bad movies.
I saw the first two. I liked the first two, and the third one I remember falling asleep on, and I never watched it again, like back in the early 2000s. But then I liked the fourth one. The fourth one was good, and I think this is the fifth or sixth one. I can't even keep track anymore.
I don't even know anymore. It could be like 15, and I couldn't even.
I know. I mean, they don't even have numbers now. Now they're just going on by fucking names. This one's called Mission Impossible Fallout. It's not even like Mission Impossible 4 or Mission Impossible 8. It's Mission Impossible Fallout. Yeah.
Mission Impossible. It's gonna happen again.
I know. It sounds like this mission is possible.
I know. For being impossible, you guys are doing it pretty good.
I know. You're succeeding pretty well. Yeah.
They should just start calling them like a mission easy.
Mission simple.
Easy missions.
I know. Weak missions. No, so yeah, third one was in 2006. So it looks like the fourth one was 2011, and the fifth one was 2015. So now this is the sixth. So,
oh man,
yeah. But like I said, I guess they didn't want to give them all these names because then it would be kind of weird and people might think be synonymous with like shitty like numbers after movies. Like remember like Police Academies 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I did the last Police Academy was just Police Academy Mission to Moscow or something. Like they didn't want to put the number on there. They're like, damn it, there's too many fucking Police Academies. But the first two were good,
It's like Sharknado. Like I don't even know which one it's on. I think they're on 4 now.
Are they on 4?
I don't know. I remember liking the first one because it was really bad, but it was still good because it was so bad.
Yes.
Like I haven't seen any of the other ones, but I always see them pop up on like.
Are they on Netflix?
Netflix or any kind of rental.
Oh, I got
thing
you.
That always pop up like.
I've watched a lot of cheesy movies growing up, and I loved a lot of the Sci-Fi Channel movies that were really shitty, and I never saw that one. I never saw Sharknado.
Oh man, you're missing.
I know.
Missing out.
That's what I hear. I hear that it's so bad that it's good.
even better than the Phantasm 5.
So, yeah. So, have you? How about you? Has anything been going on? Anything at work? Any more people getting busted for shit?
Oh, every day.
Yeah?
So, it seems like it. Well, like not every day. Maybe like every week, once a week, somebody tries to rob something or tries to steal shit. It's just dumbasses. No, I've been trying to build a boat.
Build a boat. Don't you live in the desert?
No,
I'm just joking.
There's some lakes. There's some
Don't
lakes.
you live in Death Valley? What the fuck?
No, I've been watching a bunch of YouTube videos, and I saw one YouTube video where this guy built it out of plywood. So I was like, yeah, you might give it a try. So I bought some plywood and I started putting it together. It's starting to form into the shape of a boat now. So
I just don't have the bottom.
The only thing, it's got like half a bottom right now. So I need to finish it up. But when I do, then I got to put some like a fiberglass on there.
I was gonna ask. Yeah, there's got to be some type of.
Yeah, I got to put a little bit of fiberglass on the corners to keep it from leaking, from taking in water.
Okay.
And then hopefully I'll be able to get it done this weekend and go check it out and see if it actually floats.
So what's the point of this? Like, are you gonna go fishing? Or are you just gonna go like in the water, just go hang out? Like, just go.
Probably just hang out in the water. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big fisherman, but I've always wanted to build a boat because I always thought it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just a whole experience of just trying to build one
All
and
right.
seeing it actually work. And
that'd be cool if it did.
Yeah, so like if we don't have a podcast next week, it's because I drowned.
You drowned in the bathtub, huh?
Jumped into the bathtub when I tried to test it out.
In the swimming pool in the town. Well, that's cool, man. Hopefully you'll get that going and it works. I mean, hey, even if you do, maybe I'll put it on the website. People can check out your boat.
Take my cool little boat. I have people name it. We'll do a little contest where people can name the boat.
Yeah, and then you can christen it. Maybe it'll be called the Phantasm 5.
The Phantasm 5. Maybe that's what I should call it.
No, let's hope it succeeds, all right? Let's not call it that. Maybe you can call it Mission Impossible or something. Mission Impossible fucking 7. So you won't get sued. You can even call a name that hasn't came out yet, then they have to buy the copyright from you. then you own it.
All right, so we should probably get to the strange news.
Let's do it.
All right, so when we get back from the break, we'll start doing some stories.
It's time for strange news.
I know how everybody loves talking about shit. So this woman in Longview, Washington, went in to go shopping, told the store clerk, hello, how's it going? And they said hello back, and she went back to shop. She, the people didn't really watch her. She came back out. She bought some stuff and she left. Well, the people went back and, later on they kind of smelled something weird. So when they went back and they found it in aisle 1, she left a number 2. This lady took a shit in the store, and one of the things that she bought was baby wipes.
So when she took a shit, did she use the baby wipes?
No. I don't know what she used, if anything. She might have walked out wet, but she... This lady took a shit in the store, in the aisle, and just left it there. And she fucking bought some baby wipes, and left. So when
I think you could do it the other way.
No, I know. Yeah,
baby wipes
exactly. So the workers reviewed the surveillance video, and they saw the woman. She was wearing like medical scrubs, and on her way to aisle 1, she squatted and took a shit. And the employee said she didn't even ask to use the bathroom. She just fucking let go right there. So
and there was no reason why.
No, man, she just did it. Nobody said that she was any weird or anything. She wasn't odd. She wasn't acting strange at all. She was just went in. She was friendly.
Maybe she just couldn't make it to the bathroom.
I guess, but from the video, it doesn't even look like she tried. She just she just on her way walking like, hey, guess what? Sometimes I gotta burp. I'll just burp right here. Sometimes you just kind of want to like pop your tongue. You do that. No, this woman just shit. She fucking shit on command or something. So very weird, man. Very, very weird to shit in the store and then buy some baby wipes and leave. So
that is fucking strange.
That's very strange.
Speaking of strange, I got something from Religious Right radio host Janet Murford and a former Family Research Council fellow Tim Daly told American Family Radio listeners that the urban legends surrounding Bigfoot and UFO sightings were not only real, but also part of a secret plot created by the devil.
Whoa. A right-wing radio host said that Bigfoot was a plot from the devil?
Yeah, I've heard worse.
Fuck,
but
man.
basically, so Daly says it's real. It's a projection. It's a demonic virtual reality, but it's not. But it's not nuts and bolts. In this case, it's flesh and blood creatures. So Mitford went on to ask Daly why nobody ever takes a picture of Bigfoot like at noon when someone can see it because it's well lit. And Daly says that the devil designed Bigfoot sightings to happen when it's too dark to make clear photos. Daly told Medford, the vast majority happens in the dead of night, and you wonder, why is this? And then if you remember the biblical verse about powers of darkness, that basically evil loves darkness rather than light. Medford replied, that's right, that's important. She went on to ask Daly, what could possibly be the reason the devil might be motivated to make these appearances, even if it's a UFO or alien or something, or that somebody sees? Why would the devil do this? And his response was, it's parts of the devil's modus operandi. He has always used this kind of phenomena to, once again, destabilize or create fear, to open us to the possibilities of other realities and other beings, and then we begin to get involved in the demonic spirits.
So, this is all a ploy by the devil?
Yeah, pretty much. So any
saying?
kind of Bigfoot, basically saying that any kind of Bigfoot sighting or any kind of UFO sighting is basically the devil's plot to make us believe these things kind of stray away from Christ.
What makes these significant to stray away from Christ? Why not horror movies or fucking guns or?
Well, I'm pretty sure that's probably helping them stray away too. So I don't know, but it's most important for these guys to tell the people that Bigfoot's pretty much the devil.
Man, I don't even know how to answer that one. So I'm just not here to judge or tell anyone how to believe anything, but I do not believe that.
I know sometimes I think they just have like so much time because they're like when they do their shows. I mean, they're on there for a long time. So I wonder if they just start.
They got to make stuff up, right?
They start making stuff up,
they
or
just go on tangents and stuff. And
yeah, that's what I wonder if they just start doing that. I mean, like, why would they talk about Bigfoot anyway?
I don't know. That's what I don't get. Like why him? That's what I'm saying. Like, why wouldn't they blame? I know if they blame porn. But like, why wouldn't they blame scary movies or divorce or why is that not the devil?
Well, I'm pretty sure they have. It just didn't make news.
Do you ever remember that Sprite commercial? Remember those commercials? Obey your thirst.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember those at all? That was like the big slogan in the 2000s. And there was one commercial. They would hate this commercial. But there was one commercial with a guy. He was like an all-star basketball player, and he misses the last second of the game. And he misses the last shot of the game, and they interview him like, "Hey, Jimmy, like, what happened on that last shot? What was going through your mind?" He's like, "First of all, I like to blame God for making me miss that shot. If it wasn't for him, I would have made that. Instead of thanking, everyone always thanks God. This is
I know they always thank him for all the good stuff, but they never like I like to blame him for that."
I was like, "Oh shit, man, that was good." I never would have thought of that one. But nobody, like you said, nobody ever blames, right?
Yeah.
So it was kind of just another perspective to take. That I'm sure that commercial got banned or was very irritated by those people who you were just talking about. So I'm gonna stick on the subject of shit.
You stay on the poop train?
Yeah, man. Because somebody sent this to me. And she sent me this. She thought it was very funny, so I told her I'd put it on the podcast. So Marie, this is for you. She says that in Australia, we've talked about this before. This happened somewhere else in Australia, but there's another serial poo jogger on the loose in Australia.
Oh man, it's becoming an epidemic.
I know, and the owner of a wine shop where she has been spotted regularly relieving herself is determined to track her down. So disgusted store owner Jim Schwilk said it's the second time his car park has been used in such a way, and he released CCTV of her latest dump and dash in a bid to stop her from returning. So he's appealing for the phantom pooper to seek appropriate assistance and hopes releasing the footage will act as a deterrent. So I guess he says that he describes it as being awful. And around 10 days ago or so, he came across a rather large deposit at the rear of his shop, and he said, "I put it down to a bad experience and thought that someone had let their dog do it." He thought like it was dog shit. He thought maybe the dog, it was a large dog and it was like sick. That's how like shitty and big it was that the shit was left. He thought it was like a sick dog, a sick big dog. They had left it. So he said on Tuesday morning he had an appointment to attend. And he left the shop, and when he came back, there was another big piece of shit there, like huge. And he was like,
bears.
Yeah, he's like they weren't sure why it kept happening, who was allowing it. Like he thought, like, why would somebody let their fucking dog do this? So then when he checked the footage, he saw that some chick comes in running, some jogger, and she just fucking bends over and just shits right there. And leaves like right on his back patio. So
it was another woman?
Yeah, it's another woman, man.
Oh man, what is it with these ladies?
I don't know. Yeah, usually these are like stories about men, but maybe this woman has like a shitty job and she just shits on the way to her job or something. I don't know, but this is a woman. There's a picture of her. I mean, her ass is blurred out. But she's like there. She just fucking bends over and let's go. It's no problem. So either women are getting more brave, or women have always been doing this, but blaming men. Right?
It's 2018. It's equal rights, man. Equal pooping rights.
Yeah. Hey, we can shit too. We'll shit wherever we want. So anybody out there who's listening, even if you're in Australia or if you know any such a thing, please help. Please help. Please help Jim Schwelk.
Please call the police if you see anybody pooping in someone's yard.
Yeah, please stop this
on the sidewalk.
Please stop this. There's too much going on bad in the world. So another poop jogger.
Oh man! Speaking of people who can't control themselves, in Yannis, Massachusetts, a 51-year-old Patricia O'Donnell from Marston Hills was stopped by a trooper on Saturday night and arrested for driving under the influence. So she got pulled over. She got arrested, so they're gonna tow her car. So then they called the tow truck, and then 25-year-old Brandon Fenton had been dispatched by the tow truck company to pick up her vehicle. Okay. But when he arrived, he got arrested. The reason why was because he was driving drunk as well.
So
go ahead.
So the law was fucking drunk too?
Not the law, the tow truck.
Oh, the tow truck guy. Oh shit.
Yeah, so the one that was supposed to tow her truck away, he showed up and he got arrested because he was drunk as well.
Shit. Dang, man. What the hell?
So police said somebody had witnessed the tow truck guy swerving over the white lines, and he went off the road a little bit and almost struck a pole when he was driving there, and it was recorded on their dash cam. And so when the cop saw that, he was like, "All right, what's going on?" And he tested him for if he was under the influence, and he was. And so both Fenton and O'Donnell are pretty much taken to jail and
booked for the night, huh?
Booked for the night, yeah.
Damn. Fucking crazy. Well, maybe he was like at a barbecue when they called him.
I know, because those tow truck guys, they after hours, I think they just kind of...
Yeah, like when do they get to relax? You think that they'd be able to chill and stuff. Maybe he was just doing that. I mean, if that was the case, he shouldn't have been driving.
When I got my van towed, I was talking to the tow guy, and he says he just kind of hangs out after, sometimes they'll take calls and sometimes they won't. It depends on how...
Oh, like what he's doing, how he's busy or something.
Yeah, like if he doesn't want to take it, it's just like, I can't. I got a bunch of shit going on right now, and I can't do it.
They'll just call some other driver or something.
Yeah,
some other company.
Or call another company, yeah. And, they make a lot of money for just towing.
They do. I know that. That is good money. That is very good money. So, I got another strange news story where this guy in Japan, a 26-year-old woman, is working her shift at a cosmetics section of a department store in Tokyo's Cho Ward. So some guy in his 30s approached her, squinting and walking with hesitant steps, saying, "I can't see," he informed her, and asked for assistance in locating the restroom. So, cosmetics section of the store, they don't usually help people do that shit, right? But, the Japanese are known from what I know, they're known for being pretty helpful and resourceful, and she helped the guy, get to the bathroom, But before they got there, he like fell to the ground, and when she crouched down to help him up, he like fucking reached up and squeezed her tits and fucking took off running. The guy was not blind.
He was a drive-by boob grab.
Yeah, he was. So he was acting like he was blind just so he could squeeze her tits. And so she was like, "What the fuck?" So she like told the store, the security there, and they look at the video, surveillance video, and before that they saw him walking up to the store, no problem. He didn't need a cane, didn't have any problem looking, seeing or anything. He was actually even checking her out. And he was like probably looking at her, so he probably thought from the beginning, like, man, this girl's got some nice tits. I gotta touch them. How can I touch them without me having to date her and spend any money on her? so he pretended to be blind, and and he just accidentally a blind man. I don't know what I'm doing, and he just squeezed her tits, but then he booked it, so that gave away his.
I like how he just like ran after he grabbed him.
No. It's like when you tell somebody, "Hey, look behind you! There's something behind you." They look and you try to run away.
They stop running.
And that's what he did. He just squeezed her tits.
He would have probably got away with it too.
Exactly. If he would have just kept up the act, she would have been like, "Hey, no, it's okay. She's not gonna get mad at him because it was an accident." This guy fucking squeezed her tits. I'm out. So he fucking booked it. So he got what he wanted, but I'm pretty sure he shouldn't go back shopping there because I'm sure that he's on their alerts.
He's got like a picture up there.
I know. Do not help this blind man.
Dude. Cover your tits if you see.
I know. And no, if you have big tits, cover them. This man may squeeze them.
The mad groper will be around to get you. So, Ohio man had called in a bomb threat to the Cincinnati, Northern Connecticut International Airport, and was sentenced Thursday to 4 months in prison and ordered to pay a fine. So, Dana Carter of Daytona made a series of calls to the airport claiming that there was a bomb on a Dallas, Texas-bound U.S. airline flight. So, the 41-year-old allegedly made the false reports because he was worried that he was going to miss his flight.
Wait a minute. So this dickhead was too slow to get to the plane, so he called up in a bomb threat?
Yeah, so he called in there to a bomb threat so they can make it to the plane. So the original flight ended up being canceled because of the threat, and Carter was placed in another flight for Dallas less than 2 hours later.
What a smart guy.
Yeah, so
what a way to think it through.
Yeah, I know. He's like, man, that's the only course of action I could take. It's the extreme one.
Yeah.
So Carter's attorney admits that the false threats were a foolish act. He says.
Oh, I'm glad he concurred.
So his attorney, he admits that that's his client was being stupid.
Sure.
So in addition to jail time, Carter has been ordered to pay about an $8,000 fine and restitution to the U.S. Airlines for the canceled flight.
Oh, damn.
So he just got probation for 3 years.
Probation, jail time, and $8,000 fine?
Yeah.
Ooh, man. I hope it was
I don't
worth
know
it.
why. I don't know. It's like, why would you do that? It's like, what?
Some people, man. I mean, haven't you ever been on the road and you see some people that are just idiotic and they'll like, you've seen them like run over things or they'll hit things just to like get where they want to go or cut people off?
Or like, have you seen that one video where that guy stops in the middle of the freeway because he misses the exit?
No. But I believe it because I've seen that.
He stops like in the middle, like when he passes the exit, and then kind of pulls back a little bit, and like all these fucking trucks are coming behind him, like swerving out of the way so they don't hit him, and they're like crashing and like flying off to the side, and
oh shit,
and all this mayhem going on, and it is still like she's just pulling back, and then he pulls into the
exit.
To the exit, and he's getting on there, and then all these cars are like flying around him, like crashing and stuff, and he makes it off the exit with nothing.
Oh man. Oh shit.
But like all these trucks, there's like 3 or 4 trucks that get all jacked up.
Oh man. I hope they caught that guy.
I don't know if they caught him. I
never seen that.
Videos.
Man, that would tick me off. I don't want to see that. Fuck him. Fuck that guy. Yeah, some of the things that people do like that to, I don't know, like, they always say to be early. Some people just aren't that way, to get up on time or to leave earlier or to plan ahead. This guy, man, he should learn by now. If this doesn't work, fuck him.
I know.
He'll be calling in no bomb threat. Look how many other people were delayed as well, fucking
Hey, it's all about the individual, I guess.
obviously. So speaking of individuals, this guy right here, this Christopher Krethoff, he had a complaint. He wanted to file a formal complaint against the FBI. So this guy was pissed. This guy was mad at the FBI. Okay, and no, he's not Donald Trump. This is just another guy who's pissed off at the FBI. So this guy went to go file a complaint. He went to their desk, the guy that's there, and he says, "Hey man, I want to file a complaint. You guys are blocking my cell phone. You know, it's like locked out and stuff." And the guy's like, "Why? What have you been doing? Like watching child porn? Joking around?" The guy's like, "Yeah, I have." And the guy's like, "Oh shit! Like what?" And so, and he was thinking that maybe it was just some malware or something. But the guy's like, "No, I was watching child porn." And the guy's like, "Oh, okay. No, we didn't do anything." But he got a warrant. He's like, "Fuck!" So he told the judge and shit, and they got a warrant like right away. And they says, "Oh, hey, we need to see your cell phones. Show us them." And so he showed it to him. He had 2 cell phones, and he had hundreds of pictures of child porn.
Oh shit! What a dumbass.
So this guy went to the FBI, and he was mad because he thought that they were blocking his phone because he was watching child porn. And they ended up catching him because he went to them complaining about the shit that he was doing illegal.
What a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah. Yeah,
wow.
$100,000 bond, first-degree possession of child porn. He says this guy, I'm not saying, I don't want to say in his defense, but he says that he does have a problem, and he had just currently enrolled in therapy, so I guess he knows that he's wrong.
Yeah, I'd say he's really wrong.
Yeah. but the FBI police said the FBI had not actually been blocking his phone. It turns out it was ransomware virus. So look at all that shit. He got some type of virus. But he was blaming the FBI. How dare you block my phone for doing illegal shit? So,
man, I don't know. I guess I'm very intelligent at all.
No, not at all. Not one shred of intelligence on that guy.
Oh man.
So I got one last weird thing, man. Did you hear about Alex Jones, about the InfoWars? YouTube banned some of his videos. Yeah,
I heard they cut some of out.
And he cannot live stream for his content for like 3 months. And he
is that right?
Yeah, and he got that's what he got a strike. YouTube gave him a strike, and that's what that means. He cannot live stream content for 3 months. And if he gets a second within that time frame, they'll bar him from uploading new content for 2 weeks. And after the 3rd strike, they delete your account.
So why did they strike him? Or why did they?
Well, he's got hate speech directed towards Muslims, like other groups. And he has one of his videos was how to prevent liberalism, and showed an adult showing a child to the ground. It showed an adult shoving a child to the ground. They're saying it violated their policy on graphic content and stuff like that. I mean,
I'm surprised they haven't done anything earlier. He's got a lot of crazy shit on there.
I don't really watch it, so I don't watch this stuff. I haven't watched this stuff since the early mid 2000s, so I don't.
Well, you remember a couple weeks ago when I was talking about how he was trying to instigate a war. He was trying to instigate a civil war.
Exactly. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I don't know. And then remember he was talking about the Parkland school shooting when he claimed that the shooting survivor David Hogg, that he was a crisis actor. You remember that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he does all kinds of stupid shit, and then he always tries to act like it wasn't me. I was just other stories that I'm getting it from. Yeah, he's always trying to blow stuff up about it, and then when he gets called out on it, he's always like, "Oh, it wasn't me." Well, I don't know.
Well, I mean, if he's uploading it with his name on it, then it's him. I mean,
I know, but he's always trying. His thing is I didn't. I'm not coming up with the stories. I'm just reporting what other people are saying.
Oh, is that what he's? Is that his?
That's what he
alibi.
That's his alibi. Is I'm just taking stories from from what other people are saying, and I'm just reporting them. So I didn't start that rumor. I got it from somewhere else. But he's the one that blows them up and gets them. Keeps talking about them and acting as if though they're true. The sources are they're good sources. He just goes off.
Oh, I gotcha. And you said you haven't listened to him for a while, or you have?
every once in a while, just to see, because I know he has like it's entertaining stuff because he says so much stupid shit. So sometimes I'll just like listen to it and just like, oh, fucking Alex Jones, what the hell?
Yeah. Like I said, I remember in the 2000s it was all against Bush, and now he's flipped. I haven't like I said, it's been a long time since I listened to him, so I don't really. I just hear like the tidbits, like I know what his narrative is.
Before his narrative used to be like he was against like government.
Yeah, that's right.
And so
I
like,
remember that.
So like anybody who was in office, he was always like, hey, these guys are, they're trying to keep you back. The elite.
Yeah,
they're trying to kill us off.
The Bilderberg.
They create FEMA camps. We're all gonna they're gonna try to destroy us all. But no, like
it's not like that anymore.
He's pretty much become a part of the elite because he's like totally on Trump's side. And anything like the government does, like he's all for it now because
Oh, really?
He basically, he pretty much goes for anybody with liberal tendencies. That's who he attacks.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's not the same. It's not the same like when we were growing up when he was starting out.
Yeah. I remember he was against the establishment.
Yeah, but now he's pretty much part of the establishment.
Oh man, that makes more sense. See, like I said, I don't listen to him. I don't have a lot of time to like. I get my news from as many outlets as I can, but I don't choose him as an outlet because I feel like, I don't know, it's not for me. Not anymore. I stopped listening to him like 2006, and it was too much of the same narrative, and I just got tired of it.
Yeah.
But like you said, I remember him. He was really against the big government and everything. But if he's a part of that now, if he's all for that, man, jeez.
Yeah, he's kind of jumped on the Trump bandwagon and just kind of run with it.
I see. All right, well, Alex Jones, I guess you two give you one strike. So, man, don't fuck it up for all your fans. Don't fuck it up, man.
Oh, he'll find a way.
He's got a will.
He's got a way. With a will is a way. We'll start getting back into the main topic, which is future technology to stop common annoyances.
All right,
so
back.
When we come back, we'll be talking about that.
There's some stuff that's coming out that could probably help people and help, society. Things in the past have helped us. They've been, pretty good for us. Like toilet paper. I think that was a good invention, right? I'm pretty sure that helps everybody. Everybody can use that unless they have a bidet. Then a bidet is also a good invention. Electricity, also good. I don't frown on electricity. So now, now everything's becoming more technology based. We want to have more things that can help us in different ways. As we're advancing, we need new things to help us, right? The old ways is not as good anymore. Mm-hmm. So now, because cars, like, I guess the statistic is that every 26 seconds a car's stolen. So by the time we get done with this podcast, you better go check your garage and see if your car's still there, because
probably be gone.
Yeah. Because I guess scientists in Japan have created a seat that prevents theft. So this is an anti-theft car seat. And it works with sensors that memorize the way the driver sits and how much weight is applied. So it's a foam memory mattress that keeps an imprint of your body, basically your ass, I'm assuming, in your back. Mm-hmm. But in that case, the imprint is a key. And if the wrong person, which is basically a key, sits down and sits in the seat, the car won't start up. So if your seat, it'll be aligned to you, it'll be accustomed to you, or whoever, maybe you put your wife in there, she can set it to her as well. But like if I sit in it, or your sister or brother sits in it, it won't work for them. It won't work for anybody else.
So if, let's say, over a period of a month, you gain like
some weight,
10 pounds.
Yeah, that's. I don't know how it's gonna adjust.
I wonder if it still work. Because
what if you lose weight? What if you lose weight?
Yeah, what if you lose weight? Your ass is all skinny now, and you jump on there.
Yeah, or you're just like 5 pounds lighter or 10 pounds. Is it gonna be off enough that the calibration won't work and it won't sense your ass? I mean,
would you have to reset it to your skinny ass?
I don't know. That's the thing. That's the thing, right? I mean, there has to be something for that. There has to be a way, and it's basically, I mean, in theory, it could be a good idea, right? I mean,
it sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, you don't ever have to worry about anybody stealing your car because the car will not fit. The only way they can do it is if they hold you at gunpoint and tell you to turn it on, maybe, or something, right? But if you get out, maybe it turns off. So it could be a good idea, you know. It'll put remember those that bar that you'd put in your steering wheel. What was that called?
Yeah. Oh, the
remember that name of that thing?
The wheel lock.
Yeah. Dang, I can't think of that right now, but it might put them out of business, right? I mean, that won't be needed.
I mean, because I would think it would be like super expensive though.
I know, but
You know,
but again, as time goes on, like remember, like you know, backing up cameras were like super expensive at first, and now they're standard.
Yeah, it might get to the point where it's just a standard
Yeah,
part of
it
the
might,
vehicle when
right?
you buy it.
Maybe
yeah.
in about 10 years, maybe it'll be like, hey, this needs to come with every car. So, if it takes off, it could be a good idea. I think, you know, it might help people who have nice cars that don't have to worry as much. They might just have to worry about them. If the people can't start them, they'll probably just trash the car. So, maybe it's not that. Maybe it doesn't really help.
People just start towing your car away,
Yeah.
and just dealing with it later.
Yeah. So, or they'll just break your windows like, fuck this car. So that was one thing that I thought was kind of cool that allegedly is supposed to be coming up. Another one is the Regal Guest movie response system. So we've all been to the movies. I tend to go to movies where it's adult only, 21 and over, where they have alcohol and they serve food. You know, those are my favorite type of theaters. You know, I don't want to deal with any teenagers or any kids. But you know, sometimes you go there and they have like there's some people in there that are like being shitty or they're too loud or maybe they're just being rambunctious during the movie, right? And it irritates you. So the Regal theaters, they have your best interest in mind with a guest response system. So it's basically like a TV remote, but the buttons can be used to call an usher, report piracy, or complain about technical issues. It's already going on in 114 theaters, and they're expecting it to be more widespread. So I've never seen anybody pirate. I don't know if you have.
You know, I've never seen anybody pirate it. But you know, I would think it would happen in like bigger cities.
But hey, who knows, man? Didn't you say there's like a flea mart around where you live that they sell pirated movies? So
Yeah, but they get most of their movies like from. I think most of them are like from China.
Oh, they do.
My sister likes to buy them,
Okay.
and so she buys a shitload of them. And sometimes I'll watch them if they're because I don't like watching them if they're not good quality.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Like if the audio sounds bad or if
Sure.
it, you know,
Sure. Especially
it's the ones where
especially if it has good special effects.
yeah. Or if like you see somebody walking across the screen, you know, to get
Yeah.
the fucking popcorn in the middle of it, then I don't like watching it because this ruins the movie for me.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, most of them they usually have like different like Russian or like a Chinese subtitles.
Oh, really?
So I think most of them do it like outside the country because a lot of the movies now don't start here anymore like they used to. Like they don't like watch them here first and then they go to a lot of the times they go to other countries first.
Oh, I gotcha. And so they pirate them from there, and then they come
States.
back here.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I guess that could be something for those people who do see that. I've never seen that, and I've been to the theater in the big cities. Again, that's not like I'm there all the time. So, but I've never seen that. But I guess if you have a problem or something, or somebody's pissing you off, maybe they're chewing the popcorn too loud, you could fucking call an usher and tell them.
Push the button.
Yeah, just if it's somebody you piss off, they might be waiting to kick your ass outside after. So so be aware.
That seems really lazy because you could just get up and go and get an usher.
Or you could just move. You can fucking move seats.
Yeah, you go do it for seats or yeah, if you really need to kick somebody out, I mean, just walk out to the usher. I don't see why you're having a button in there. But if they're trying it, I mean, it might be a good thing.
Well, the only thing I can say is, what if you're in a theater that's super packed, right? And you see somebody doing like, you just can't handle them fucking recording it. It just bothers you so much, that you have to call, and you can't move seats because, like I said, the theater's full. We've been to theaters when it's super packed.
Yeah,
movie.
it's kind of a pain in the ass.
Yeah, and you can't really move, and you don't want to get up because it's a good movie. You want to see it, So I guess in some ways, like I said, for some people who just cannot stand somebody else doing something bad, this is an alternative. So
all right.
yeah, who knows how it'll go? Maybe it'll be fantastic. Maybe it'll be more of a pain in the ass than anyone thinks.
So when are they supposed to have these out?
It's like I said, they've got 114 theaters that are testing it, and they're expecting it to be more widespread. So,
okay.
So, but yeah, if in your town where they don't have like these big name companies, it's not going to be there.
No, it will probably never be here.
So here's another thing about theaters, and this is kind of interesting. It's called anti-loitering pink lights. So in Wales, they have a problem with the most shitty type of humans there are, teenagers. so teenagers can be obnoxious and be rude and act stupid there in the theaters. They actually put these lights in. They're used normally by beauticians, and they work by highlighting skin ailments like acne or pimples or anything like that. And it causes the people under the lights to be ashamed of how they look. And it really brings out
like all your flaws.
Yeah, like maybe you might have a scar on your cheek that people can't see, or if you're using like women using that makeup type stuff, it shows it. It cuts through that, yeah. And if your face is like greasy or pimply or stuff, oily, it'll show all of that. So like we might be chilling under there, like, hey, let's go have a seat, and we're just being all stupid and stuff. But you might be like, hey man, your face looks all fucking gross. And I'll be like, oh shit, and then I'll be like, hey, you got that ugly ass scar, and all right, let's get out of here, That's the job, is to get people moving on, especially teenagers. Like, don't fucking chill and sit there. Like adults it's not as big of a deal, but these teenagers who are a little more egotistical, it bothers them, and I guess it's been working. I guess like the kids, like when they're the teenagers, when they've been under these lights, they've been not hanging out. Like they move on. Really? Yeah, they don't like the way it looks. They know that they look bad under it, so they don't want their friends to see them under it.
Yeah, that's true. I remember a while ago they were doing this thing. You know how like younger people can hear like higher tones, and once you get to a certain age, like you can't hear tones, other tones anymore.
Okay.
And they were using that like as a deterrent to keep like teenagers away, because they would have like the higher tones which only teenagers or people under 20 could hear. And for everybody else, like older people they wouldn't be able to hear it, because they've already lost the ability to hear those tones.
Oh damn!
So
I didn't know
they were
that.
doing this. They're doing this in China. I guess they would just blare this tone really loud so the teenagers wouldn't stay in the area.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
So it would just be this annoying
Man, I didn't know that. Is that still going on?
I think so, because I remember it was a couple years. It was probably like 6 years ago when I heard that story about how they're using that technology to keep teenagers from certain areas, like malls and things like that.
Wow, it's like dog whistles for teens.
Yeah, pretty much.
Shit. So this next one is called an anti-paparazzi device. So I guess this NYU grad has developed a device to stop to thwart like paparazzi pictures. So I
think I've seen that one.
Yeah, that gadget looks like takes the form of a clutch bag, which uses a microcontroller, LED lights, and a sensor to detect a bright flash from external sources like a camera. And these lights that are on there, they overexpose the picture, rendering it completely useless.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah, I was like, wow. I mean, I guess if our podcast takes off and people want pictures of us, we can have those. But since I don't see that happening, it's mainly for Kim Kardashian and company. Yeah, so I guess that's an interesting thing. It might be popular, I guess, for stars.
Well, I can see like famous people wearing them. Just
so the pictures get fucked up, and then the people and then to know that the paparazzi get mad would make their day. Right?
Kind of sucks for them. That's how they make their money.
I know that exactly. And so it's some people, it's their livelihood that gets fucked up. To the actors are like, hey, fuck you. Why don't you get a real job? So I don't know. So whatever. But that's just something that was made, and I'm sure stars will probably buy it. And the next one is like an anti-Wi-Fi wallpaper. So like sometimes people mooch off their neighbors, Wi-Fi, or people don't know how to put, web encrypt or WPA encrypt their Wi-Fi passwords, or just have them not even show up, keep them hidden. Some people don't know how to do that stuff, and so for those people, they've made like a wallpaper that's made to block the signal. So basically the wallpaper has an arrangement of special crystals that block certain Wi-Fi frequencies.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That sounds really useful, actually.
Yeah, it keeps the signals in, preventing anyone else from siphoning off your bandwidth. And the best part of it is it doesn't cost much more than regular wallpaper. It's like almost the same price, yeah. But it basically just keeps everything in. So then you don't have to... I mean, if if people can't get past it, you don't have to encrypt anything. I do. I'm sure you do.
Yeah, I mean, you have to have your
I know.
password all
You
set
got to
up.
have everything encrypted. So.
But I mean, even to have that extra security,
Exactly.
just to have it
So
set
nobody
up
else can take
around
it.
the house so nobody can get it.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting thing to have. I mean, if it's cheap and it's it's relatively expensive, why not?
I don't think it's like it's wallpaper. So most people don't put up wallpaper.
I know, but
if they had it like it would be cool if they had it like in a paint form,
or
where you can paint it on the wall.
Yeah. Or what if you if you have one room that you put your router in?
Yeah, but then you couldn't block off all the other rooms.
That doesn't work. So I don't know. I you're right. No, a lot of people don't put up wallpaper,
but yeah, like if they had it in paint, that'd be awesome.
So maybe it'll come up eventually. I mean, it seems like this is their first part, right? They got to have something.
Yeah.
They're putting something up that has the crystals. Maybe they can get it in paint eventually, maybe down the road, but they probably want to perfect this first.
Yeah.
So
I would think that would be the way to go, is to put it in paint.
It has
or
to
put
be.
something where you can put it in the paint and then mix it in. That would be a good idea.
Exactly. And like I said, maybe that's 5-10 years down.
$1 million idea.
Yeah. So this one, this next one here is an anti-texting and driving device. So we probably, they have those what are those called? Those breathalyzers in the cars, so people who are drunk can't drive, right? So now they're trying to have something for texters, especially again teenagers, and not just teenagers. There's a lot of adults. I'm on the road a lot, and I see a lot of the adults who are just on their fucking phone as we're sitting in traffic slow. They're always on there, like, looking at their whatever, texting, looking at their feeds, anything. It's been a problem, at least in our state, or at least where I'm at, the area. They've banned that. You can't text and drive. You can get in serious trouble for that now. So they almost saying it's equivalent to drinking and driving.
Oh yeah, because you're not paying attention.
Yeah, and
pretty much
you're rear
there's
end
a lot of
somebody.
wrecks that get caused by it. Yeah,
and unfortunately people die or people get ran over, and it's not a good thing. So this new device called the Quiet Zone will help alleviate this problem of people doing that. So the inventor Brandon Butts says that he has a new device that sends out a signal to phones installed with the app and silences them. So the parent in charge of them can officially moderate the children's texting while they're driving or doing anything else that requires cellular downtime. It also tells the parents if the kids are trying to disable the app, so it'll also alert them. So this might be something good, because like I said, I mean, you can't force right now. You can't force this on every phone, right? People would revolt probably. But for those parents who are in control of their kids' phones, I think it's probably a good idea. I mean, you and I have kids that are growing up, and eventually we'll probably want to use something like this. Just to make sure that our kids are safe when they're out, especially when they're driving. Because, like I said, not just teenagers, but I do see a lot of adults on the road that are like on their phones. I mean, just today I was behind some lady that was like, she was always like going really slow because I could see her on her phone. She was always looking down, and I'm like, fuck, like just pay attention. I don't want you to wreck, and then I'm gonna get stuck even more. So. But this last one I have is it's basically called the Armstar Gauntlet. So this is like some kind of arm contraption that something like some superhero would have. So basically, it's a self-defense device that sports a high-voltage taser, a video camera, a laser pointer, and a flashlight. So this guy who made it, this design is designed by David Brown. He designed it because he was talking with other people about like mountain lion attacks. There were and like people, like if they had a weapon, it might get swatted out. They might drop it. Somehow they might not have the weapon that they need. So it's basically like a glove that goes on your arm that has those items on it, and it weighs less than 3 pounds, and it has a stun feature with a pull pin mechanism, and you can buy them right now on the website for the guy. But it's basically like a defensive like glove type thing. Remember the Power Glove for Nintendo? Kind of think of something like that, but with weapons on it, right? And I think if you were camping or something, or maybe you're just fucking scared of the world, you might want to own one of those. It seems like it can help you out, especially like I said, some people might have a gun or a knife, but they can't get it out, or they freak out, So this might be an alternative to not being able to get the weapon you have out. It's already on your arm, and then if people know what it is
it like a hand cannon kind of thing? Which,
Some
like,
yeah,
shoots
it's like,
or
yeah, and
or does-
yeah, it's like I said, it's just like a glove that's on your arm, and it has those items on it. Has like the taser, the light,
oh, okay.
yeah, the camera, so you can even record what's going on. A laser pointer, flashlight, high voltage taser, video camera. They're on there, and you just probably have to like hit a button and it'll go off. Yeah. So I mean, I could get it. It's for defense, I guess. If you want to use that, you can. But it's something for people to have that, like I said. Do you ever remember the movie The Godfather? Do you remember?
That's one movie I've never really seen.
You've never seen The Godfather?
No, I need to though, because everyone keeps telling me I
Son
need
of a
to watch
bitch.
it.
You son of a bitch. How dare you? Yeah, I always think of I remember Fredo, the son of the dad who was a Godfather. He was supposed to be watching him, and these guys came out and jumped his dad and shot him. I'm not saying anything that hasn't been seen, because I know a lot of people have seen this movie, but he's all trying to get his gun out. He's all all clumsy, and it just falls on the ground, and he's supposed to be his dad's guard. And his dad gets shot up because he's all stupid with the gun. It fucking falls on the ground. He can't even pull it out of his pocket. And I just remember thinking, you Fredo, you jackass.
Should have had the glove.
Should have had the glove of love. That's all I got, folks. Hopefully some people thought those were good ideas. Again, I personally liked the pink lights for getting the kids out of the way of the theater.
That was cool. Yeah, I like the Wi-Fi.
The Wi-Fi seems like it would be pretty good.
If they had it in paint form, though.
Again, I know. Again, this is brand new. I'm sure there'll be something eventually to keep your Wi-Fi signals in.
The texting one is pretty cool too, because I get tired of people fucking texting, because I see a lot of that when I drive.
I know, it's fucking annoying. But again, nobody's perfect, so we just gotta hope that everyone's safe and nobody gets in wrecks and everybody's cool. But that's all I have.
Okay, that's the end.
Number 40. 40's over.
Number 40.
40's over, motherfuckers.
We're over. Yep.
So
another one bites the dust.
Yeah, indeed.
So everyone have a good morning, evening, or night, and we will see you next week. Until then, stay strange.
If you enjoy the show, please go to iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, or wherever you're listening, and please give us a good rating. If you want to share a story or have ideas for a future episode, you're welcome to visit us at www.thestrangepodcast.com. We look forward to hearing from you.